I can give you a brief history on my admissions. I graduated from St. Peter's and Paul's Grammar School. Everybody was going to either Madison or Aquinas. My mother said, "You're going to Aquinas for a good education." We went there one evening, met with the priest. My mother said, "My son's coming to your school. My other son's here. You're coming to the school too." And I said, "Yes, Mom." And he said, "You're in." Done.
And pretty similar. The difference is I was in at Sacred Heart Grammar School, which was my first year of Catholic education at the lower level, and wanted very much to get into Aquinas, but I knew my mom and dad couldn't afford the whole deal, so we talked about some aid, and pretty similar to Tony, they said, "You're in." The difference is I did have to show my report card to the pastor of our that time our parish.
Favorite teacher was Father Biondi, who's taught Italian. Because my mother was from the old country, I spoke in my mother's Italian dialect. Father Biondi always tried to get me to speak the true Roman Italian. And every time I'd make a mistake, he'd kind of let me know in no uncertain terms that I was not doing the best thing. And what I really remember and take away from the instances with Father Biondi was the fact that he said, "You're doing well, but you could do better. And once you do better, you can strive for more." He says, "Not only do you reach for the stars, but you go for the moon." And that's one of the things that I take away from Aquinas as a general thought and process, that I can always achieve whatever I want to achieve, but I can always do better.
And in my case, to show you how strong the relationships became with a few teachers, I couldn't name many, but Father Ware, my religion teacher, also a coach, also a priest that kept me on the straight and narrow if I would do some silly things. Father Bame used to help me even on Saturdays to get through geometry, became a family friend and ended up coming down to our cottage when we did vacation. Father Ware married us, and it's still a solid marriage 60 years later. So Father Biondi was my baseball coach, and I loved the guy, and pretty similar, strong relationships. And tradition, faith-wise, is certainly the fact that education, according to the gospel and according to the Brazilian tradition, entailed faith in Mass at school, in morning Mass. I can remember going to the chapel for morning Mass before classes. And the fact that you folks still do it today and bring the priests back, who mostly are alum, and treat the kids to continuing that faith tradition is very important to me.
If you just take and figure out financially, if you can throw $10 a month at the school for helping other children get their education, it's very important, because we do have students who come to that school who can't do a thing without support. So if you give $10 a month, try to make it 20. If you give $100 a month, maybe try to make it $200. But whatever you can, nobody's asking for any big numbers, but they're asking for numbers, and do it consistently. I agree with Bob that we really need to support the school tremendously, because we want the kids to get the same tradition that we have.
Exactly.